Hello, 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 hello. Oh, sorry, I left echo mode on. Okay, episode 63 of the Edward Show. This is going to be a short episode. I'm going to tell a story about emailing with Naval Ravikant, Jason Calacanis, Fred Wilson, Mark Pincus, and Tekken Salimi. These are all very big investors in the world of technology. I use the same email intro for all of them. I'm going to share what that is. I'm going to share the context of how I emailed them, and all these people responded to me. Why I think this is valuable, and how anybody can do this and start a conversation with people of this caliber. Thank you so much for joining me today. All right, short episode. I know my episodes usually go long. I'm gonna try to keep this one. I'm gonna try to keep this one short and sweet. Just like my coffee, I actually let me tell you, I'm drawing it out. I'm having fun. I'm having fun with this. I put in hot cocoa powder into my Americano that I have sitting next to me. And it is fire. I would totally recommend it. All right. So the year is 2018. It is January. Me and my friends release the first play to earn game. As I've told the story on many episodes, my friends and I invented play to earn. We made the first video game in blockchain. And it did pretty well. It made $500,000 in its first 48 hours of launch. And when this happened, I put out a press release. I use prlog.org. You get their most expensive package. I think it's $300, something like that. It might be $450 now. And when you write a press release and you submit it, you pick the genres, and then it gets syndicated everywhere. Places like Business Insider. But it also shows up on Google for target keywords, assuming your keyword is not too competitive. If it's a brand name, it shows right at the top of Google for that brand name. So I write this press release, like World of Ether crosses $500,000 mark within first 48 hours of launch. I write that press release. I put it out. And then within I think a day, when you Google World of Ether, that was our game, you see the title of the press release. And it's a dramatic title. This is a little bit of a hack. Truly, this is a hack. I might even write about this in my newsletter this weekend. I think this is a really interesting hack. And anyway, so when you search the brand name, when you search World of Ether, you see this dramatic headline that I wrote. And so blockchain had been doing pretty well in the news. It was a hot topic in January 2018. It was a hot topic at the end of 2017 and really for the first half of 2018. And then we started going into winter pretty fast. 2019 was really rough, and then it came back in 2020 and 2021. But a lot of people were talking and thinking about crypto. And so our game blows up right away. We have this headline out that's dramatic, and I find people, investors who I respect, top people in technology who I respect, who's maybe, like, I read Jason Calacanis' book, I think it's called Angel. Everyone loves Naval. How do you not like Naval? I really respect Fred Wilson, all these people, Mark Pincus as well. So I send them this email individually. I email them from edward@worldofether.com. The subject line is reaching out, capital R, capital O, reaching out. And I say the same thing to all of them. This is what I say. Hi, name. So this is Naval. Hi, Naval. I'm one of the founding members of World of Ether. We wanted to drop a line and say hi. We'd love to get your thoughts on crypto gaming. Cheers. And then my signature is just my name, Edward Sturm, and then World of Ether, italicized with a link to our home site. And I want to say why I think this was a winning email copy, because I write it in this confident way that you are like, who the F is this guy? Founding members of World of Ether. Am I supposed to know this? Like what? And I write it like, am I supposed to know this thing? And so then they Google World of Ether, and right away they see this dramatic headline: World of Ether crosses $500,000 mark in its first 48 hours of launch. And then I said we wanted to get your thoughts on crypto gaming. That was how I would bridge that's how I would start the conversation with all of them, and they all responded. And now what's amazing is that I have these ongoing threads with all of these people that I can restart at any time with a pitch. And I have. Naval Ravikant, for example, I've pitched him a bunch of different ideas. And so, and the reason that they respond, part of the reason that they respond is because they see that they have a thread with me already open. And so they're like, okay, I've talked to this person. He wrote something short. Yeah, I'll respond. Let me tell you what's so crazy. Now, I'm not going to advise this, but this is so crazy. You could make a brand name, a beautiful website for that brand. Think of some like dramatic thing. It doesn't even have to be true. And then write a press release for that brand about that dramatic thing. It'll show up at the top of Google, and you can email whoever you want saying that you are from that. And then they will Google the brand name, see your press release headline at the top of Google, making you look authoritative, and you can start a conversation with them. You know, this is so crazy. You don't even need to want anything from these people other than to open up a conversation thread via email. And then maybe the pitch comes in 2 months or something, and it's for something completely different. But they see that they've messaged with you back and forth. And it helps if you pick a niche that is trending. Something now would be LK99 or artificial intelligence. Back in 2019, it might have been Libra, which I talked about on another episode. Libra was the coin that was the stable coin, the cryptocurrency that Facebook was going to release that the government canceled. Government wouldn't let Facebook release a stable coin. The Financial Times wrote a crazy article on it. And you could do that. You could write some wild stunt, some wild headline, put it out on PR Log, get syndicated everywhere, just have a nice looking, simple site that's easy to make. Put that site in your signature. And the person, like, these people are very busy. Now, in our case, it was true. But these people, they have a lot going on. They don't have time to do heavy research. Maybe they'll get their teams to do some research into it. But I think the research from their teams would happen later on down the line if you're asking for something and they're considering giving it to you. I believe this is just an easy way to bridge a conversation with anybody. And oftentimes, a lot more people and a lot more companies, a lot more brands have many more accomplishments than they realize that can be spun into an interesting press release headline that you can put out. And then what you got to do is you got to have the emails ready to go. Once you see that it's at the top of Google, then you send those emails really fast while it's still trending, because that doesn't last forever. But it's a really good look, and it's something that has worked for me. I think it's something that can work for many other people. All right, I said it. This one was going to be short. This is episode 63 of The Edward Show. I hope this is a useful tip and a fun story. Like all these people, Mark Pincus, Naval Ravikant, Jason Calacanis, Tekken Salimi, Fred Wilson, some of the top investors in tech. And I can start conversation threads with them because we've already emailed back and forth. I think it's pretty cool. Now my philosophy is just do cool stuff, but I like these little hacks along the way. I like the little hacks along the way, and I like stacking hacks. And this is a hack that's pretty easy to do. A lot of people, like I said, they have existing brands that they can leverage, existing stories, existing accomplishments that they can leverage. I think this is cool. I think it's valuable. Thank you so much for listening. It is a hot summer day. Is it still summer? I'm not sure. It is so hot out, and I need to turn up my air condition. I will talk to all of you again tomorrow. Bye now. One last thing. My episode from yesterday, if you haven't listened to it, one of my best episodes, is with the executive director of events at Forbes, sharing how he got Kim Kardashian and Jimmy Fallon and Paris Hilton on his podcast with under 100 listeners in 2008, before he had any name recognition, before podcasts were before podcasts were even a thing, and he was getting A-listers, and he shares exactly how he did that. That's a crazy hustle story. That was episode 62 of The Edward Show. One of my best episodes, but totally recommend it if you haven't listened to it already. All right. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.